Have you ever met someone who didn't seem to have the best luck in the world, yet they still managed to love their life and to enjoy it? So how is that even possible? I've often wondered about this myself, how some people, despite everything life throws at them, still find a way to smile and to enjoy their life, still find reasons to be grateful. I've come to realize that it's not only about the things which happen to us, but also how we choose to see it. It's all about the perspective and in many ways about gratitude. These tips and tricks I tried myself when I had really bad times, and I feel that they really helped me to shift my life towards being more grateful about what I have and what I achieved. And I think it's very important to see that you have the power over what you think, how you live your life. So today I'm gonna have a video in middle of the Czech nature. I'm here with my husband. He's just behind the camera. He's just here. Look at him. And I hope you will enjoy today's topic because it's something very close to me. Let's be honest. Bad days are when gratitude feels the most distant. When life seems to be unraveling, it's very easy to focus on everything what's going wrong. But it's precisely when shifting our perspective can make the difference. You might wonder, why am I talking about bad days and gratitude? Well, I will tell you. I had many problems recently in my life. I've had long-term problems with my knees. Altogether, I have gone through 3 surgeries and I'm planning on another one. I've had entire years when I couldn't walk for more than 20 minutes. And sometimes when I would step outside of the house, my knee started hurting so bad that I had to go back home and have a rest. So I know what it's like to pity yourself, or to feel like you didn't deserve what's happening, or to actually that you deserve what's happening and that you are a bad person because really bad things are happening to you. That was what I was feeling sometimes, and I had to really fight against it. But I realized that there are some things I can use to feel better about my life and about everything, even though I am kind of disabled at that moment. And that's when I found gratefulness and gratitude. So the first hack is the one which I use the most. And it's telling yourself that the things you are experiencing are not the worst what can happen, that there can be much worse things in your life. This helps me a lot when I feel that I'm really unlucky. For example, at that time when I couldn't do anything, when I had to give up dancing and give up sports, I figured out that I'm still lucky, that my knee is still there and I'm not worse. For example, that some people have worse life, some people have worse illnesses and things that are even worse than mine. So this comparison with something can help you to appreciate what you actually have and to enjoy your life even though you struggle. The next hack is never compare yourself to others. In the last hack I was telling you how you should compare to the unluckier people, but I didn't mean that you should compare to a real person. I meant just a situation. But here I mean real people. Because we usually compare ourselves to the more lucky ones or to the ones who achieved better things in their life. But it actually leads us to not appreciate ourselves, not appreciate our efforts and where we are, not appreciate our life and our luck. And the thing is about a comparison is that you don't know what the people who you are comparing to are actually going through. You don't know their life. And that's the problem, because they can go through something really bad and you might not even know about it. So even though they maybe look like they have everything really easy, but at the same time you don't know if it's not a real close person to you. And even though they are real close friends, for example, you might not know the biggest problem they are having. So I think that that's about gratitude. I learned to be happy what I have and to be happy about this brain and this body which can take me somewhere even though I have problems, and be also happy about my own journey. For example, I had this friend. He was not very close to me and I kind of envied him because he is a really strong person. He is working as a manager in a really good firm and he has really big responsibilities there. That job is well paid. He also looks great. He takes care of himself. He eats well. He does sports and everything. And I very often felt like, oh, I'm nobody. When I compare to him, I'm nobody. And then I found out that he actually experiences really big anxiety attacks. And when I realized that this really well paid great job actually gives him that much pressure to have attacks, I was like, not everything is rainbows and butterflies. Something is worse and we must learn to accept it, live by that, and do whatever we need to feel good in our life. And that's why being grateful about really small things like seeing the sun and seeing the clouds and going for a walk is very important. Another thing which helped me tremendously to realize what I have and to be grateful about that is to focus on the things which I can control. I remember when I was going through the knee problems, how I felt really overwhelmed and how I felt that there's so many things I'm not doing well and so many things that are happening to me. It kind of felt like walls were closing in, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't change the situation until I went to the surgery, of course. But then something clicked. I realized that I spent all the energy by worrying about things which were out of my control, which was the fact that I could not walk or that I had a hole in my patella, in my knee. So instead, I started focusing on what I could change, on my choices and my attitude. And it was empowering. Of course, it didn't make the problems disappear, but it made them more manageable. Suddenly, I was not drowning anymore. I was more like swimming, and it was stroke by stroke. That was the feeling. Reframe negative thoughts. Of course, during that time, I had a lot of negative thoughts. You know, the ones that tell you that you are the worst person, that your life is the unluckiest one, that everything is terrible and that nothing will get better. But then I asked myself, and I'm asking again and again, when I get to these negative thoughts, is this the only way how I can think? Because I believe that complaining is partially a habit. And as a habit, it can be overridden by another habit. So it wasn't easy, but I tried to challenge those feelings and thoughts. I asked myself if that was really true or if there was another way how to see the situation, a more positive way. Sometimes the answers surprised me and I started seeing positive things where before there were only dead ends. And it's really incredible how your life can change and how the feeling can be different when you change your thinking just a bit. Seek the silver lining. I've always believed that there is a lesson in every hardship. Every hardship can teach you new things, even if it takes time to see, and even when you are in that situation, you are really desperate and depressed. And it's not about ignoring the pain or pretending that everything is fine, even it's not. It's about finding that small glimmer of hope, that one thing that makes all the difference. It's like finding a diamond in the pile of rubble. It doesn't take away the rubble, but it sure does make worth sifting through. Another way which I think makes us more grateful is when we limit our exposure to negative media. There's no denying that we live in a world which is full of negativity. News outlets, social media, everywhere you look, there is something which is pulling you down to the negativity. That's why I learned to protect my mind by choosing what I consume. I've reduced my exposure to toxic media such as news, and also, for example, in the news I choose what I want to see. So I don't watch news very often because there is a lot of negative things, and if I just see that, then I will have a feeling that the world is going to hell and that there is no hope for us. Another hack is focusing on solutions and not problems. And this might be the most practical tip of all. When something goes wrong, it's very easy to kind of get in that mindset of, why me? Why is it happening to me? What's wrong with me? you know. But I actually found that the quicker I choose to ask, what can I do about this, can actually help me to feel better. Of course, focusing on solutions doesn't mean that the problems just go away, but it can help you because it gives you a sense of control and a sense of direction. And that really can be a big difference. Because when you focus on problems, it's very easy to feel stuck. Shifting focus on those solutions can empower you. Shifting how we see life isn't about pretending that everything is good. It's about finding the good in the bad and appreciating the small joys. So be grateful about small things because not that many people have them. Gratitude is a practice and it's a way of life. Since you watched this video, you might also want to see this one, where I talked about how to celebrate small wins. So, thanks for watching and stay sexy. Bye!